Hey everyone, you know that I can't be in class today, but you all know exactly what you're doing and you're finishing off your Industrial Revolution tasks. Most of you have played your games, although I know that some of you have to play your games in class today, and you all need to finalise your Industrial Revolution Learning Journal. Noting that this is one page in your Year 9 Historical Skills Journal, which you have already started. The way that I've managed it is by just adding in another page called Industrial Revolution, where I can talk about the specific historical knowledge and skills that I've gained through this particular task. What I need to see in your learning journal is highlighted in this example, and I've attached a copy of the example so that you can read it yourself or watch the video. The choice is yours. Firstly, in the historical knowledge section. In this section of the website, you need to show evidence of your understanding of, firstly, the conditions that influenced or caused the industrialisation of Britain as opposed to France. In this section of your website, you need to include evidence from your game of the key causes of the Industrial Revolution. Now, if you've forgotten or you can't quite remember exactly what they were, I've attached the clip view video from last term, when we went through this in detail. Review the video and your notes in order to clarify your thinking. What I would like to see in this section is images that you have used as part of your game in order to showcase the conditions that influenced the industrialisation of Britain as opposed to France. If you've identified that this is something that was missing in your game, you are allowed to write a reflective piece that talks about what you would put in there in your next iteration. The next section in historical knowledge is the technological innovations that led to the Industrial Revolution. This is pretty strong in all of the games that I was able to see. In this section, you'll need to identify the specific technological innovations and then discuss, giving you the opportunity to showcase cause and effect, how they impacted people's lives and either led to more innovation and invention. Here I've got an example of how you might want to set these out by putting an image in with a title and a description below the image of what your selection invention did and how it was significant in changing people's lives for the better or worse and encouraging further innovation. I would expect to see a number of cards, not just 3 as I have in the example here. The next section that I would like to see in your historical knowledge part is your understanding of the population movements and changing settlement patterns during this period. This is where we're talking about ideas of rural drift, people moving towards the cities, moving into greater population centres around the factories and work, and moving away from the agricultural sites. In this section, you need to provide evidence of how you discuss these population movements and changing settlement patterns in your game. If you need a refresher, be sure to review your notes and check out the resources on the Agricultural Revolution from our class website by clicking on the link here. The next section I need to see evidence of from you is the experiences of men, women and children during the Industrial Revolution with a focus on their changing way of life. This is the section where you can really dig into and provide evidence of the sociological innovations of the time. Again, I'm expecting to see a similar format to what we will have done for the inventions, with information from your game, whether that's your chance cards or your community chess cards, and then a description of what the sociological change was and how it impacted on people's lives, for better or for worse. To close off the historical knowledge section, I've got 3 reflective questions for you, and you need to reflect in no more than 300 words on them below. This is really important if you are looking for the A standard, where you will need to show a depth of understanding. The questions are: how effective was your game at showcasing the wide range of events, both technological and sociological? And more importantly, what changes would you make now that you've reflected on your game in order to improve it? Question 2. How effective was your game in allowing you to discuss the historical significance of these events? And again, for the A band, what changes would you make to improve this? Lastly, how effective was your game at identifying the connections between the different events? This is giving you the opportunity to showcase cause and effect. And what changes would you make to improve this?